Good morning, everybody. So out for another hike today. Gonna be a beautiful day, it looks like. It's funny because last week we had a foot of snow, and this week it's 60, 70 degrees. Supposed to be almost 70 degrees today. So there's not a hint of snow left, but it's crazy. Gotta love the high desert for that. Those quick changes in the weather. We got some wild horses up on the hill there. Just rough ass terrain, but they seem to do all right out here. So I don't really have a specific destination today. I'm just kind of going out, see what we can find. So I'm not sure if there'll be anything cool or not, but it's always fun just to get out and do things. And it's been kind of cooped up, snowing and raining the last few weekends, so I haven't been out doing much. So I figured today is going to be a beautiful day. Gotta get out here and see what I can find. So see what's up here. Alright, so we're up the road about a mile here. We lose the road, but this kind of wash kind of looks interesting. I haven't been up this one before, so I think we'll head up here and see what's up in the mountains there. And we got two more wild horses there, and way up on that mountain up there, you can see there's a little group down here, and then there's a line of them going across the top up there. You can kind of see them right in that saddle. There's probably 25 horses up there. There's 5 on the side of the hill. There's 6, 7 on the side of the hill, and probably 20 up at top, and a big caravan going over. We'll probably run into them up there somewhere. But yeah, I always love seeing the wild horses up here. I know a lot of people hate them out here, want to round them up and get rid of them because they're not native. Well, now there are a lot of things here, but irregardless, I think it's an amazing thing to see them out here, because where else in the world do you have a chance to walk out here in the outdoors and run across wild horses? I think it's a pretty cool thing. And I know people hate them because they eat their lawn and take a shit in their driveway, but I just look at it as, I have them in my yard constantly, and I just look at it as free lawn maintenance and free fertilizer. So a little cleanup, but who cares? It's a beautiful thing to see out here. But I understand all the other side too. They're dangerous in traffic, and a lot of them get hit out here. But it's, you know, I think it's worth the small amount of risk to have them out here, just to be able to see that. Yeah. So we'll head up this canyon and see what we can find up here. So we've up this wash about half a mile so far, and it looks like we might have to turn back because there is a giant rock waterfall here. I'm not sure we'll be able to get up and over. We'll see once we get a little closer, but I don't have my rope, and I'm out here by myself, so I will not attempt to climb it if that's the case. But we'll see what it looks like once we get up here. Looks like it might wrap around the backside. Got a little bit of water, that's kind of cool. And nice clean mountain water. Very steep. May not be too bad. Wrap around by those pinions. Go around the backside here. Let's see if I can get up here without falling on my ass. It's almost like stairs up in the bedrock here. It'd be interesting when there's a lot of runoff and rainfall. It'd be kind of cool to come up here. All right. Yeah, I think we can get over that. That's not too bad. All right, I'll get up near the top there and come back. So we got up to the base of it here. It's, I don't know, 20, 25 feet tall, but it's not a sheer wall, so that's good. We can kind of, you know, go up our these kickbacks here and probably get right up to the top. Yeah, this would be a beautiful spot to have this in your backyard. Okay, let's see if we can just kind of switch back it up. I think we'll be fine. It's not, like I said, it's not a sheer wall. It's just a kind of a zigzag back and forth. So we should be able to find a path up and over. And if there happens to be a dead end at the top there, we can make that work too. So this stuff is slicker than shit. Whoa. Almost got little footholds over here. So let's go up these little things here. And it almost is like little cutouts. Looks like it keeps going. You can see the high water mark up here. It'd be kind of crazy to get up here when it's like that. Man, these shoes just suck for climbing rock. Let's see here. Hard holding this shit. Yeah. Let me set this down right here for a moment. There we go. Just kind of got to shimmy our way up. This rock is so smooth from the water going over it for millennia. That's very slippery. So there's where we came from down there. Got a little bit more of this. Looks like it had a lot of water come down here. Not too distant past here. I see a lot of dugouts in the dirt here. Kind of a beautiful, beautiful spot. Very slippery though. Alright. I can come up right here. shoes are so slippery. Yeah, I'm gonna need both hands here again, so let me set the camera down. Alright. That'll get us just about to the top. Maybe not. Looks like it keeps going. This is a really beautiful spot. Again, it's one of these canyons it's got no trees or cottonwoods that let you know there's anything up here. You just kind of happen upon these by chance. Alright, looks like that's the end of it there. I might just go over the side here. A little better grip on these jagged rocks than the smooth ones. Alright. Just like that. We're at the top. Alright. I'll catch my breath and then we'll see what we got a little further up. Well, we're up about a mile from the waterfall area, and the water abruptly stops right here. It's kind of this little deep pocket of water. You can see it flowing out from under that big rock there, and then everything above it is dry. Kind of crazy how they just pops up, disappears. I'm sure if you dug down up here you'd find water, but it's just kind of weird out here how it just disappears and then pops out. So, canyon here's opened up a bit. Not as steep as I was expecting, so that's good. Makes it a little easier of a walk. I'm always scanning the hillsides looking for caves and anything interesting. Because if anyone was around here back in the day, so to speak, they wouldn't build down here. They'd build up on the sides a little bit, so they didn't get washed away. You can see by the mounds of dirt in places that it does get a pretty good flow down here sometimes. So, all right, we got a split in the road here, so I'll kind of do a little scouting and see which way I want to go. So with the Y, the water popped back up in one of the canyons, so as much as you do in the desert, I decided to follow the water. So came up this canyon here. Got another pretty big, nice little waterfall here. So it doesn't look too bad to traverse it. So we'll start climbing. This water's been here before that last big snow because it's got a ton of the algae, so it's been flowing for a bit. But I'm sure here in another couple weeks it'll probably be all dried back up or all underground. Let's see what's up over this rise. Seen a couple eagles up here. They've been screeching at me. Kind of cool. They don't like me going into their turf, but it's always nice to hear that eagle scream. Man, here's another little waterfall. You can tell by the established grass here that there is some water here year round. It's probably all just damp or underground in the summer. I'm sure there's no surface water, but all these canyons, if you go up far enough, generally always have some sort of water in them. best to keep my feet dry. And bring the waterproof boots. I see a lot of horses come down to get water here. You can see there's a little path here, a bunch of the hoof prints. So let's see. I think I might head up here so I can get a better layout of the canyon, because it looks like it starts to get a little more wooded up there. That big group of horses we saw is probably right on the other side of this little ridge here. Yeah, it looks like it gets all overgrown with the wild rose up there, which is miserable going through. So I think I'll overland it and head up in that canyon. Looks interesting. Yeah, I'll see what we find when we get up there. So we're about, 2 miles from that last spot up here. My legs are burning, so I'm gonna sit down between these lovely big old juniper trees here and have some lunch. But I'm not sure if I'll head over that way. Probably that way, because this hill looks pretty steep with nothing at it, or nothing up there. So I think we'll keep going up, either up there or up this canyon here. It's really overgrown here from that spring, so we'll try to blaze a path around it somewhere here. So yeah, we'll see when we get up there. So I went up into this thicket a little bit, and I just had to come over because I saw these Russian olive trees that are unusual for up here because they're not native. So usually it means someone brought them up, or a bird could have brought a seed up here. But so I was just checking to see if there's anything built up here, but found the source of the spring here, which is kind of cool. Let's see it. Watercress, that stuff is really good to eat. It's supposed to mean that the water's clean. I'm a little more hesitant as I get older not to just drink the random water I find out here, so even if it does have that. But yeah, that is a thick old bramble there. But yeah, I just wanted to check out, see if there's anything over here. Like I said, these trees you don't usually see up in the hills unless someone put them there, so. But it doesn't look like much is up here, so I think we're gonna head up this canyon here and then head up there and see what we got. Well, made it up to almost to the top of that canyon. It kind of walls out up here. I don't have the time to go up there. I'd like to check out some of these rock formations, but just don't have the time to do it today. There are like a million blue jays up here. I don't know if you can hear that, but they're not happy I'm up here. And somehow up here it sounds, I'm headed that direction, but it sounds like there's a chicken. It sounds like a chicken doing its thing, and I'm gonna head down there and see what the hell that is. So it's not really the typical place you'd find chicken. I wouldn't see how they could survive up here with all the predators, but we're gonna head down that way and see what the hell that noise was. Well, nothing too exciting happened on this trip, but it's a beautiful day, beautiful country. Can't complain about that. So I'm gonna beeline it back because I'm running out of time. So unless something exciting happens on the way back, I will see you next time. It's a hell of a view. So always seems to happen on the way back on a hike when I have no time. But walking back I have a different angle, because here's the canyon we came up here. I didn't see it when I was down there, but from up here there is, right below those trees right there, it looks like there's a cave. So it could be a mine too. It's hard to say from over here, but there definitely is an opening there in the mountain. So I'm gonna head back down the canyon there and go check it out, because I can't not. So I'll get back to you when I'm over there. Let's see what it is. Made it down here. So there's the canyon we went up, and I can see why we didn't see it, because if you look up here, I mean, you can't, between the brush and the rocks, you can't see anything. So that's why I never take the same path twice if I can avoid it. I always go up one way and then come down another way, just because you'll just see the same stuff if you stay on the same path. So I'd like to mix it up. But yeah, so I'm always a little leery of any of these places, for a little hesitant because of mountain lions and bears. But I think we're pretty good, because this isn't I don't see any pathways that animals have been using, you know, worn any fresh tracks or anything. But I'm thinking it's a mine, because it looks like there's some tailings here. So, and like I said, here's the view from down there. You couldn't even tell it was there. So it doesn't look like there's a path in. It's easily accessible, so I'm not too worried about any creatures popping out at me. And this stuff is super slippery and steep. Let's see, almost can see in it. There it is. Let's see. Don't see anything in there, but if they're all rock. Doesn't seem to drop down. It seems to go in about 10-15 feet, so I'm gonna have to shut this off because I'm gonna need both hands to get up there. So I'll catch you when I'm right in front of it there. All right, so I crawled down in here, and it's definitely probably a mine looking at it. Looks like it's been chipped out, and I see some chisel marks, so I think it's a mine, not a cave. But I mean, a mine is just a man-made cave, right? I can't really see in there, so I'm gonna get out my my flashlight and look. It goes in farther than I can see the back, so I can see at least 20-25 feet in there, and it still goes. So let me get my flashlight out and see what we got. All right, so I don't mess around with mines. I'll just look in the entrance here, but this one I can see the end of it now with the flashlight. Let me get in there a little farther. There's no creatures back in here. Now this is a solid rock mine, so it's not as bad, but you can see there is definitely some fall in, some roof collapse in there. But there is the end. So it looks, if you look up top, there's pieces of quartz. So I wonder if they were chasing a quartz vein, and you can see a lot of kind of fool's gold in here too, shining on the walls. So I know that stuff. You can see that ceiling is all chunky. It's not solid rock. So I'm not gonna venture in very far. And I don't like fucking, you know, this is Rattlesnake City too. And it looks like it's just pack rats back in there, and I see a couple bats. But yeah, it's a nicely carved tunnel there. It's such a weird spot, so hard to get to too. But yeah, you can see how that's not solid rock. It's all kind of bunched up, and you can see it's starting to fall in, but still very cool. And it doesn't go left or right, it just kind of ends right there, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, we're gonna crawl back out of here and head back home. So I'm glad we found this. It's kind of a cool, I always love finding mines or caves out here. Luckily nothing was in it, so alrighty, we'll see you on the next one.